Hello and welcome to Blossom Up. I want to talk to my ladies. Ladies, you are a queen. You are unique. You are different. You are powerful. You are great. You were born to be different. You were born to be a leader. I know sometimes in life it feels like you don't measure up to your self value, but when God created you, he created you to be someone special with a lot of value. Your strengths are things that help mold you into who God desires you to be. If you're relying on other people to tell you how wonderful you are, how great you are, how beautiful you are, how unique you are, then you'll be waiting forever. Embrace who you fully are. Embrace fully and wholeheartedly who you are. Embrace the fact that you will no longer allow outside forces to define who you are. Don't let people define you. Know your self-worth. Know your value. Only in this way will you finally let go of what's been holding you back. Don't allow things to hold you back. If you had things that happened to you in life, if you had bad things that came up, don't allow it to hold you back. Go after that dream. Go after that vision. Go after that goal that you desire to go after. Start looking in the mirror and speaking positive things over your life. Speaking encouraging things to yourself and over your life. I have positive affirmations on my mirror because the first thing I do when I get up, I'm going to the restroom to brush my teeth. I have to do my hair afterwards. So I look in the mirror and I read those things to myself and I speak it on my life. I have positive affirmations on my closet door because I have to go into the closet to get my clothes. So I look at those things again and remind myself of who I am and what I desire to do. I also have positive affirmations on my wall. When I'm praying in the morning time, I look at those positive affirmations on my wall. And then I have to do one last look in the mirror. So again, I'm looking at it in my mirror in the restroom so that I can remind myself before I start my day what the things that I want to accomplish or who I am. Those positive affirmations help me. It builds my confidence in the morning. Talking to yourself is the way to bring your focus and your attention to the hidden beauty that's within you. Sometimes you may feel like you're not beautiful or you may not feel as confident, so those positive affirmations will help you. Hold your head up high. Walk with self-confidence. Let the world know how fearful you are. Let the world know how fearless you are. How we measure our worth affects the kind of life we will live. Just because you have more than one baby daddy does not mean you're worthless. Just because you made mistakes in life does not mean you're worthless. Just because you were molested or raped as a child, a teenager, or you had a bad situation happen to you in life, it does not make you worthless. Just because you went through any traumatic experience does not make you worthless. Start treating yourself like you're the queen you are, and no less than the queen you are, because you are a fearless queen. So start treating yourself like it. God did not create you to be like everyone else around you. He created you to be different. He created you with a purpose for your life. Everything you go through pushes you to be a stronger person so that you have a testimony to bless others. And when you have that testimony, you can take it and tell other people about it so that you can help them to build in them into who God desires them to be. Now, when I was a teenager, I didn't know who I was in Christ. After being molested at the age of 12, I felt broken. I felt worthless. I allowed the situation to overtake me and change my behavior. I was hurt and broken, and I wanted to hurt other people. Everything I said, I didn't care if it hurted people. I didn't care if I didn't think before I speak. Whatever came to my tongue is whatever I spit out. And that's just how I felt because I was so hurt. I had to learn to love myself again. I had to learn to build up my self-esteem. I had to learn to change my thinking about myself and my life. I had to learn to seek God. Eventually, I cried out to God and I asked him to restore me, heal me, and change me. I asked God to forgive me for how I viewed myself. I had to ask God to help me to learn to forgive so that I can move past being broken and so that I can be able to live a victorious life. That's all I wanted, was a victorious life, but I didn't know how to come to God because I felt so worthless and broken. You are not worthless. You are who God created you to be. Remember that. Once I changed my thinking, I was able to learn who I really was and what I was capable of. I had to learn to love others. I learned to love others when I learned to love myself. Don't allow situations or circumstances to change who you are. Remain who you are and remain who God created you to be. God will bring you the support system that will say words that God has been trying to speak to you that you just won't follow, you won't be obedient to. So God sends people to you. I had a big support system to speak positive things into me, and I had a positive support system to tell me how wonderful I am. But remember, it does not take people to tell you how wonderful you are, how great you are for you to get there. But when you're broken, you need that encouragement. You need those kind words. You need those positive words. God will help you love yourself. Seek God. God sees your inner beauty shining through, and you have to see it too. Learn to see who you really are. Seek God so that you will know who you really are through Christ. God will pick up the broken pieces the world has given you from the situations that you go through, the circumstances that you go through, to make you feel worthy again whenever going through those situations and circumstances. Remember, you are a child of God and you're an image of Christ. God would never create you to destroy you. He creates you to fulfill his purpose for your life. He wants to build you up. He wants to mold you into who he desires you to be. He's building your character so that you can be all that God desires you to be. Remember, continue to grow and water the seed God has planted in you. It will only get beautiful and bright from here. Remember that you are a child of God. You are a woman of God. Speak positive things over your life, and remember that no matter what happens in your life, don't allow it to define you. Don't allow it to break you. Take those things and allow it to build you up into who God desires you to be. And remember that you are always blossoming. You are always growing. Take those growing pains and plant the seed and allow it to blossom. Remember to always blossom up, because you are a bloomer. Keep blossoming up. This has been Real Talk with Blossom Up, and I hope that this blessed someone.